Welcome back, this is the Rev, and today we're going to look at my favourite car, the 1971 XY GTHO Phase 3. When this car came out, it was the fastest four-door saloon in the world, and I'm going to show you how to build a really fast XY for A-Class. But before we do that, let's go see how this thing drives. So we're going to start off at Silverstone, and watch this thing take off the line. Now, I'm not the best takeoff driver, but look at this. It's just going to eat up that Charger from Fast and the Furious like it's a much slower car. And we're going to take first spot. And we're going to keep first spot. We're going to have it on the second lap. We're going to still be in first place once we come around for the third lap. And again, we're going to be in first place when we come around for the fourth lap. And then we're going to hold 5th place on the last lap. And as you'll see, we've held first place all the way to the end. Now, none of the other cars really competed with it as far as catching up with me on the race. This thing is just so well planted. As you can see, my time there isn't the best one, but because of the solidness of this car and how well it handles, I was able to get consistently good laps, which enabled me to hold on to first place. But how about we go see what this car is like on a different kind of track. Now, Maple Valley is very different to Silverstone in a sense, except for the main straight. This track kind of feels like one big never-ending corner, and these big muscle cars like this aren't really the best for this kind of track. You want something with a little bit more handling, but as you can see, because of the takeoff, we start off on first place on the grid, and we just managed to hold on to it, at least for this first little part of the race. So we've got somebody really close on our tail behind us here. He's going to go to overtake, but we're going to be able to get around the corner before he can go around. Now look at the way this thing handles. Just nice and solid, it's got good braking. Ooh, came close to taking me out there, and I think that's a Shelby Daytona. He's going to give us a little nudge as he goes past. Well, Shelby Daytonas are really well known for their handling. They handle quite well. They've got good, decent acceleration and decent speed. So let's see if we can keep up with him or catch up with him and pass him. Let's see what happens, eh? Now this thing will just monster out of the corners. I do wish its braking was a little better, but it's not too bad. Oh, took a little bit of grass there, but we kept two wheels on the track, so that's okay. Coming over the bridge. I love this. I'm pretty sure this is a made-up track, but I love it anyway. Now there's a little bit of a jump up here, so let's... Oh, we're going to hit it at full speed. Oh! Ah, that's not good. Oh man, that's probably my biggest crash that I've had, well, since this one, which was earlier the same day. Except that one was caused by somebody ramming me. Ouch. Ow. Now we still managed to come 6th place on Maple Valley, but we weren't able to catch up to the leaders. And that Shelby Daytona, which was in front, must have stayed in front for the whole race because he got first spot. As you can see, our times on this track weren't too bad. They weren't too great either. We're a few seconds off the fastest pace, but now I'm going to show you where this car really comes into its own. A track with some good straights and some nice simple corners. So let's get off to a good start again. You can see the acceleration, but the two muscle cars in front of it have very similar. In fact, that Camaro in front is really fast. Look at it go. Gonna come around this corner. Oh! Now, I did not like that. That was that blue car. So let's see if we can get back on the track, and oh, we're gonna teach him a lesson. Now, I don't usually ram people, but he took me out there without slowing down, so I felt like it was fair enough to get a little bit back. Now let's see if we can catch up the first spot. We've got a red Mustang in front of us. Now those cars are pretty quick in this game, especially in A-Class, they're not too bad. They don't have really great acceleration, but they got really good handling. Come in on the tight turn. Now another tight left-hand turn. Onto the first main straight. We're sitting in 4th position, and we're going to go past, that looks like a Z4, we're going to go straight past that. Now I've just got two cars in front of us. Let's see if we can catch up. Oh, whoops. Now that time it was my bad, but we didn't go off quite as bad. Now we'll get back on the track. Now look how well this thing brakes. I actually braked a bit early. I've got to accelerate. That's not good. Now, let's see if we can get around this Camaro. Oh, wow. Look at the acceleration on that thing. He must have a really fast tune on that with really poor handling, because the way he was going around that corner and the way he went down that straight to not match up. So we're coming around onto second last corner. Nice tight left. Onto the last corner. Are we going to overtake him? Let's see. We get our nose almost in front, and look at that takeoff. That is a fast car. Wow. Well, let's knuckle down and we'll see if we can catch up to these two cars. Now, yeah, his handling isn't great. We both go off a little bit, but at least I keep two wheels on the track. Coming to this nice, slow, easy left, and we go past him. Coming onto the back straight. Now let's see if we can catch that Dodge Charger in front of us. As you can see, this has some real good mighty up and go down the straight, but not compared to that Camaro. Wow, he just went flying past like we were sitting still. But we're going to take him again on the second last corner, because this thing has really good handling. It is planted, it is solid, it's nice and low. The suspension, it's got racing suspension, as you'll see when I show you the build. So this car, but look at that car is fast. But we're going to take him again on the corner. And this time we're going to stay off the grass completely as we come to the nice slow left on the hairpin. Now that Dodge in front of us, it looks like it has a very similar quality tune, because we're making a little bit of ground on it, but he's managing to hold on to first place quite well. So we seem to have created a bit of distance between us and the Camaro. Ooh. I think he just had to let off on the accelerator then to be able to get around the corner safely. Now that's one of the reasons why you need to make sure you create a balanced tune. If you don't have a balanced tune, your car might be fast, but remember, racetracks have corners. You need to have a balance between acceleration and handling. Oh, lift up the tyre then, and we've spun out the back a little bit. That's going to cost us in catching up to the Dodge in front of us. They've broken a little bit later this time, and we're going to take this corner a little bit better. As you can see, we're closing in on the Dodge. Now the Dodge Challenger and the Ford Falcon are similar in size, similar in weight. One's a two-door, one's a four-door. One's made famous from a TV show called Dukes of Hazzard. The other one was famous in an Aussie movie called Running on Empty. But as you can see, we seem to be pretty even, but I seem to have him a little bit, at least on the handling. When we come around the corners, we seem to really eat up. Now let's see if we can get him on this last lap. Just slide on the brake, slide off the acceleration. Oh, he's gone right off the track. We've gone two tyres off the track. Come down to the hairpin, brake a little bit later. Now, let's see what happens on this back straight. We've got the jump on him. We've got the jump on him. But mate, his acceleration is maybe just a touch better than ours. Just a touch. Alright, we're coming up to the second last corner. Let's see if I can get on the inside of him. Now he turns in, so I give him room, and oh, hit the wall. If I hadn't turned in a bit sharp, now let's go. Nope. He managed to hold out for first place. So as you can see, I managed to catch up pretty well after getting taken out, and look at the times there. My car has got the fastest time. One car was a little bit close, but you can see we were quicker than that Dodge, and those Dodge Chargers are nice cars in this game. So how about I now show you how to build this car, because especially if you live in Australia, if you play Forza 7, you want to race this car and you want to beat people. So let me show you how I built it. Alright, let's go to the upgrade shop and I'll show you what parts I've put on this. So firstly, we swapped out the 351 and put in the 6.2 litre V8. As much as I love the 351, it is a bit outdated, especially for some of the cars in this. Got to put front downforce on it and rear downforce to give it some decent handling at speed. Now obviously we have to go with the race tyres because this is a big car. We're going to need as much grip as we can, so we're going to put the widest tyres on it on the front and back. Then we're going to switch over, put the best brakes we can, racing suspension. There we go. Anti-roll bars, front and rear, will go all the way to racing. Put on a race chassis, tighten up the body a little bit, give us a bit better handling and braking. Give it a weight reduction because look at the size of this thing, it's a tank. Now, first we're going to upgrade the cams, then the valves. Now we're going to put on race exhaust. As you can see, we're now sitting at 700 performance points. And we also did the air filter, we've done the street fuel system. Now we haven't put anything on in these areas because this engine has quite a bit of power, so we didn't have to add too much to it. We're going to go over to the gearbox and we're going to put on the sports gearbox and the street clutch. Sorry, the street gearbox and the street clutch. Reduce the weight a little bit. And because I usually have a couple of points left over, I want to bring it back down a little bit. I usually go with these mags because they help me to bring the weight up a bit and bring the points to a square 700. I have to increase the front a little bit. So if you put these exact same parts on, you're going to get the same sort of power and handling and quality out of this car that I have. Now, I always put my tyre pressures around 28.5 and 28, front and rear. Match up the camber on the front and rear. I've dropped down the springs, so they're low and they're softer in front than at the back for better handling, and I've increased the downforce on the front and rear a little bit. So as you can see, that is the build and the tune for this car, and you've got 700 performance points. Good acceleration, decent speed, good handling, and good braking. So if you put these parts on, you're going to have a really nice quality car. This is the Rev. Thank you for watching. Catch you later.